motherfucker. Holy God! Ah, goddamn, that made my heart go through my fucking goddamn chest, bro. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. What up, bitches? Holy shit, indeed. How y'all doing tonight, man? Hopefully y'all are doing well with the Cordell. Whatever the fuck that means, nobody, I don't personally give a fuck. But yes, welcome back to another episode of The Chill Zone. I'm your boy, Phantom Mephisto. As always, coming back at you again. Man, not really a whole lot that I want to discuss. It's not going to be an overly long episode. Maybe about, I'm going to do my standard fucking half hour to 45, depending on how busy my chat gets. But, man, oh man, dude, I don't know what it is or why it is, for that matter, because I've been trying to solve that now for the last fucking couple of years now. So, let me go ahead and get not the context, but like put a couple little guidelines, right? First and foremost, what I'm about to talk about is nothing to do with my stance when it comes to Xbox. My stance with Xbox is still going to be exactly what my stance is today, regardless of them multi-platforming their games and doing whatever. Them moving... What up there, Latency, man? Thank you, buddy, for popping in here, man. Like, seriously, dude, I know you're playing Xenoblade, dude, but it's awesome that you're in here anyways, listening to my shit while you're playing that, dude, so I really, really appreciate that. Plus, it gives me somebody to talk to. But yeah, so Windows Central, shout out to Jez as well, fucking for writing this article. I think it was him that wrote the article, I'm not sure, but it was Windows Central. Basically discussing about how Microsoft is going to be phasing the Xbox fucking era and pushing in the Win32 era. Now, I want to specifically talk about one thing that I want people to reflect and remember as to what I'm about to say. Go back and look at the original specs for the OG Fat Boy with the Duke Xbox, right? What is in that motherfucker? The OG Xbox is virtually a console PC. It's got a fucking Pentium 3 custom-made Intel Pentium 3 chip in there. It literally has a GPU that can be ran on a fucking goddamn PC for the time. So here's the thing. Microsoft going away and moving away from like the custom names and the custom, when I say custom names, like what they name their files for their games, you know what I mean? Like the Xbox 360 had that .xmp shit or whatever the fuck it was. That's gone. So Microsoft is essentially what I've been saying ever since when Phil started talking about, Steam and Epic and whatever you want to call it, but I'll even give you one even more fucking further away from that, man, before any of this shit even started. There was I have to see if I can find it. I was trying to look for it earlier today. I couldn't find it. But I know it's out there somewhere. It's fucking buried because it was something that came out in I think it was 2018 or 2019, one of those two, or even before that. But it was an interview where Phil had mentioned about, it wasn't an interview, sorry. It was an article talking about how Phil recently was in talks with Steam. You know what I mean? I think it was around the time when they started putting their games over on Steam and making it a permanent place for their games to sell on Steam. So anyways, I don't know what was discussed or whatever the case may be, but it kind of was like that first clue to a degree. Definitely a far-fetched clue, you know what I mean? Because that can, whatever. But it would also make sense given the direction that Microsoft is heading when it comes to what they want to plan to do with their next gen hardware. But there's also there's a negative to it, but there's also a positive to it. So I'll get into that here in a second. But let me just say this. Hold on. Not tonight, putting in more than 7 hours in something I have in me. Oh, okay. I feel your latency. I feel you. But at least you're fucking playing the fuck out of it, dude. I see you be posting those gameplay footages and stuff, dude. Yeah, no, trust for real. Like, I'm not even shitting you, latency, man. Fucking, I will one day get fucking a couple of those Xenoblade games, dude. I just wish they would go on fucking sale, bro. But anyways, enough of that. Microsoft going the Windows 32 way, pretty much basically how they make their Windows, essentially. is actually fucking smart. Like, and a lot of people, I mean, I don't expect console gamers to understand, especially if that's all they ever touched in their lifetime was consoles, never on the PC side. But it makes perfect fucking sense. And you kind of saw that light a little bit when it came to the specs of the OG Xbox. It literally was a fucking PC, but with a console shell on it, man. Essentially making it the first fucking PC console, if you want to call it that. Now, here's the thing. I know better than anyone because I've had my fair share of moments in time over the years on PC. But here's the thing. Never ever tell an actual PC gamer only that a PC console exists. They will fucking lose their mind. They will fucking, trust me, like they will like take some form of revenge on your ass, bro. Like no bullshit. But here's the problem. This is not going to fix Xbox's problem. However, it's going to keep them in the actual console space, sort of. Think of it kind of like the way the Switches, you know, brought their home console and their handheld market. You know what I mean? The console market and the handheld market together. You know what I mean? That's why the Switch is, you know, like such a fucking big ass fan base right now. Microsoft is virtually doing that when it comes to PC and whatever you want to call it. Here's another thing that people will not talk about. Xbox is the way if they're making their console based on a Windows PC design centric, but with a console shell over top of it, it's going to be a valid entry point for people that don't want to invest a lot of money into PC, but while still having a PC experience with the console interface that they can get accustomed to and easy to navigate and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Which is pretty much basically almost the same as what a desktop is to the point where what your dashboard looks like. You know what I mean? Because when you launch a game, you're clicking on, you know what I mean? You're pressing A on an icon. That's clicking on a fucking icon on your desktop. But moral of the story is what I'm trying to say is Microsoft should have made their consoles Win32 since the OG Xbox. Because it makes fucking sense. But, I mean, whatever. You can't win them all, right? This is not towards you, Fado, but why is everyone trying to have a gotcha moment? I told you that this was happening years ago as an example, just curious. Because I pay attention to a lot of the interviews and a lot of the stuff that comes out when it comes to a platform that I prefer. Most people are not going to okay, so here's my logic way of thinking about it. Maybe you might agree with me, Papa John's, or maybe you won't. I don't know. If I don't own a platform, I don't watch videos about it. I don't read reviews about it. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't really pay attention to that side. You know what I mean? Because it keeps me away from being a dick and just doing my normal trash talk trolling, even though there's obvious ones that come in between the cracks. But until I do get that platform, I don't bother investigating and looking into that platform. You know what I mean? Like, Xbox is something that I've been following now for quite a while, since 2018 when I got into the Xbox One generation before the new gen started. But on the plus side, though, I've always done that. You know what I mean? I don't, like, I can talk a lot of shit, but to be fair, everybody in the gaming community talks shit. We all do it. I mean, you know what I mean? Whether you do it publicly or not, that's different, but everyone talks shit in the gaming community because everybody does it with music, everybody does it with movies, all forms of entertainment. Video games should be no different. You know what I mean? But anyways, back to my logical way of thinking when it comes to that. So I pay attention exclusively to the platform that I'm currently playing the most on, which in this case is the Xbox. Nintendo, ever since I got the Switch, I watch their shit, but I don't 100% pay attention to what they're doing, per se, but I watch every fucking direct now going forward. All their indie directs and shit, and I check out the store every, you know what I mean, like a couple times a month and shit like that for a lot of those shovelware titles that I endure a lot, by the way. But that said, now I'm doing that with PlayStation now. Now I'm watching State of Plays, you know what I mean? I'm watching events that Sony does because they can announce shit that I can definitely be interested in, you know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of being hyped for a game that I know I won't be able to play and it drives me nuts. Like Returnal, you know what I mean? Like, is it the prime example of that where, like, That was going to be like my first. If I had bought a PS5 like year one out of the gate, Returnal would have been the first game I would have bought. But now that it's been so long, you know what I mean? Fucking, I kind of lost interest in it to a degree. I'm still going to play it, obviously, but it's not like, oh my god, I want to play it right now kind of thing. You know what I mean? That vibe or that mood left me like 2-3 years ago. That kind of shit. But going back, my bad. But I'm trying to break it down to give you a better understanding there, Papa John. So when I say like, you know, I was like, oh, I told you guys this fucking years ago, whatever the case is. I've been right on that several fucking times. Several times. Like people like I said, like people like the Raccoon and even Bad Latency can even attest to that because they've known me for a long time. You know what I mean? And they're always in my chat. So it's like, dude, I'll give you another example that I was correct on. Before PlayStation started releasing games on PC, I had said when a rumor was going around that Sony was thinking about fucking, you know, or had the idea of releasing games to the PC side. J-Tech was there when I was doing his podcast when that announcement where that rumor started going around, and he fucking flipped out and denied it and did whatever, right? You know, that's what people do. Everybody was denying it. It was like, no, it's never going to be a thing. And then literally 2 years after that rumor went by, Horizon Zero Dawn gets announced for PC, along with other games fucking that followed shortly thereafter. You know what I mean? And so it's hilarious, man, because like I called that one. This one I called. Well, it's not really this one because I'm more in line with the whole entire aspect that Microsoft should have made their hardware designed around a Windows aspect with Win32, but just put a console shell over top of it, which is exactly what they're doing right now. That's why the rumors with Steam and Epic make sense, because if you can already do that shit on your PC now, and if Microsoft is virtually making a PC console hybrid, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck cares? It's just another PC that Steam and Epic and all these other fucking services are going to be on there. Except this one, though, and this is where the console-specific fucking things come into play. Games that like you're going to be able to play on Steam on this platform or on this Xbox console / PC are ones that are going to be verified, just like the Steam Deck is for any game that fucking, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. And if the game is verified and it can run on the next Xbox console, then you could buy it or, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. Yeah, no, I saw that tweet earlier there, Papa John. And you know what? And that's the thing. He's not wrong. Because think about the games that House Marquee created before Sony bought them out when they were independent. Yeah, those games are definitely not no fucking 30, 50 million fucking, you know what I mean? Probably like 5, 10 million tops, but that's about it. But 70, dude? But again, what does that show you, though? You can still make fucking high-quality games even on a budget of 70 million. You know what I mean? 70 million, where the game only has to sell, maybe like 5 million just to be successful, or a couple million to actually make its money back, compared to Spider-Man with fucking 350 million or 400 million, whatever the fuck it was. You know what I mean? I could have used Concord, but I'm not going to be an asshole tonight. But like Spider-Man, you know what I mean? But that game sold like, 20 fucking million copies, man. So there you go. But let's not pretend, though, for a second that the only reason why that game fucking sold is because it is Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's a massive fucking character that everyone knows and loves. If it wasn't Spider-Man, if it was something else, that game would not have sold 20 million, man. Get the fuck out of my face with that dog shit, dude. Get out of here with that shit. Let the ponies laugh at the fact Microsoft is moving their users to PC and what. Dude, that's pretty much basically what they're doing. But they're making it in the console way to ease that fucking fan base into that. But here's the ironic thing, though. All those people that are up and leaving, hence the reason why Microsoft doesn't give a flying fuck, because they're already on a PC. Like, what the fuck, dude? Doc Dark got a PC. Fucking Tim Dog got a PC. Like, you know what I mean? Like, There's just going to be people that prefer a console-centric experience. You know what I mean? Like if Microsoft can fucking sit there and cater to 40 million fucking like users per generation, or up to like 40 to 50, which is pretty much basically what they did last gen. You know what I mean? And then, of course, if you take off all the fucking resold numbers that Microsoft had during the 360, probably in around about 40 to 50 million. That's what Microsoft does. They're a North American company. They ain't selling in Japan. It's been like that since OG Xbox. I don't know why people are still lingering on that. It still kind of bothers me in a way. But Microsoft is also pushing in a different direction that nobody talks about. Europe is another one that favors fucking Sony over Microsoft. For good reasons, of course. You know what I mean? So, like, Microsoft is very limited to the amount of regions and territories that they can sell their shit. Yeah! I'm not expecting their consoles to sell 50 fucking million within the first 3 years like Sony can do that, man. No. They don't have the fucking territory, man. There's no market in Japan for Xbox. There's no market in Europe for Xbox. There is in North America. Go look at the fucking sales charts, man. It sells in North America for a fucking reason, dog. One sec, guys. Just getting a cough out, man. I'm still smoking my J, by the way. You know what's wild? I sparked this fucking thing 15 minutes before I went live. And I'm now 17 minutes into my live stream, dude. And I just got down to the halfway mark. God fucking damn, man. I love smoking weed, bro. If weed didn't open my mind to learning more shit and understanding and researching more shit, I probably wouldn't even fucking smoke weed at all, period, dude. But nah, man, I love smoking this shit because I like opening up those parts of the fucking brain, man, that want me to fucking learn shit and understand shit better, man. Gaming plays a huge part in that, though. What have I been playing lately? Diablo 4, because we're playing the new season there, but I've mainly been playing fucking Phasmophobia all month of March, man. And I don't plan on stopping that anytime soon. I mean, yeah, there's going to be breaks, obviously. Like, you know, South of Midnight comes out next month. Expedition 33 comes out next month. Fucking Towerborn comes out at the end of the month. Fucking bullshit, dude. And then you got fucking... Bro. Oh, God. So, just to give you guys a context, right? Microsoft, you need to fucking relax, man, on your fucking goddamn releases, bro. Jesus fuck, man. South of Midnight, I know two of them are not Xbox centric, but like they're two games that I've been wanting to play. Like, I mean, one more recent would that be an Expedition, but Towerborn, I've been sitting on that game for a while. Latency, you can even attest to that, dude. I've been talking about that game for a while now. But the fact that now it's coming to Xbox, but man, do you really got to put that motherfucker so close to Expedition 33? Like, dude, you're killing me here, man. Fuck. And then Cloudheim is coming out in the future, like here in a couple months too as well. That's a game that I'm definitely going to be playing with a couple of my buddies and shit for sure. Dude, like, oh God. But Phasmo, though, man, that's one game, though, Papa John's, man, that I will never delete off my Xbox or my PlayStation, and I will always play it whenever I have the chance to. Whether I'm grinding away, leveling up, and trying to get my Prestige unlocked, so once I get the Prestige 3, I don't got to worry about any more Prestige trophies. Then I'm just going to fucking keep going as far as I can go leveling-wise, man. Try to see if I can break out of, like, maybe like 500, maybe close to 1,000 levels. That'd be fucking awesome. My own little personal feat, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I love that fucking game, bro. What up, Stardust, man? Thank you for mentioning that. No, I didn't watch the stream, but I did go and look and see everything that got revealed. Dude, there's some good shit in there. First of all, I was so fucking happy to see that freaking What the fuck is it called again? Oh my god, I'm having a fucking brain fart right now. I swear to Christ. Painkiller. Painkiller's coming back, which is fucking dope, and it's multiplayer online. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm really, really pumped for that. So that's awesome. What else was there? There was a couple other games that I saw. Let me pull up the fucking list. Give me a second. Let me stop being fucking retarded here. Yeah, but anyways. Future game show. Okay, here we go. Everything that was announced at the fucking... Alright, Lost Rift. That really, I mean... Look, man, I love fucking PvP, VE shit, like Rust, whatever you want to call it, D-Man, but no, I'm good on that one, man. Expedition 33, I'm really excited to play that because I'm really curious to see how a Western developer, indie-wise, is going to... on their take on how they would design a JRPG. That excites me a lot. Because imagine if this game takes off, right? And it becomes a fucking vast success, huge fucking game. What does that tell you? It's like, cool. Japanese developers try to make Western themes in their games, but they tend to come out and they fail. You know what I mean? Sorry, Square Enix, I'm not going to dog on you today, but you're one of those companies that is very, very successful at achieving that. But it would be ironic the other way around if a Western developer made a JRPG-style game that's actually fucking successful. Like, dude, that's just fucking wild to me, man. But anyways, let's go down this list again. Sorry, guys, my bad. So, yeah, Animal Use Protocol, don't know what that is. Onimusha 2... I'm not a big Onimusha fan, but I know that series gets a lot of fucking respect, and I will never talk shit about it because I love me some Capcom games. But there's a lot of games that Capcom owns that I'm not really big into. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Unless it's Resident Evil wise, Resident Evil, man, that game can literally fucking stroke my cock. Damn it! There goes my video. All right, Nitro Gen Omega, whatever. That game looks alright. The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time. That's a fucking name and a half. Jesus. I hate this place. Once Upon a Puppet. Like, I haven't seen a lot of these trailers, but there are a few standout. Like, Revenge of the Savage Planet, I'm definitely playing that because me and my friend played the first one. I thought the first game was really fun. It was a little bit bare bones, but it had a lot of interesting ideas. It had, like, the comedy was on point, but it fell flat a little bit. This one looks fucking way better compared to the first one, dude. Life After Gods. I think it's a roguelike or something, I think it is, or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Death Ground looks kind of... Kingmakers. I mean, I know about that game. Modern times in a medieval setting. That's going to be fucking hilarious. One sec there. Let me see here. Elsewhere Electric. Don't know what the fuck that is. System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remastered, man. That is a day one motherfucking cop, bro. Day one motherfucking cop. GOG doing their preservation program. Which I'm totally fine with that because I agree. I think fucking all video games should be preserved and access to anyone at any given time if they wanted to go back and replay a game. I agree with that 100%. Chains of Freedom. I don't really know what the hell that is. Billy Bust Up, whatever the fuck that is. Megdragia or something like Megdragoria. I don't fucking know. I'm illiterate as shit. Bionic Bay. Self Heroes, Neighbors, Suburban Warfare. Just that name alone sounds incredibly fucking amazing. Howthrone or something like that. Industria 2, Roamstead, South of Midnight, which I'm definitely playing next month. Pioneer, Hellclock. That name sounds pretty awesome too. Rivals Hover League, Finding Frankie, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. Interesting that these games are still coming to consoles, man. I didn't think people on consoles would even attempt to play those. Cloudheim, I'm definitely like, listen, y'all know how I am when it comes to fucking survival base building games, bro. Plus, the combat sounds very unique for Cloudheim, so that's why I'm excited for it. Section 13, I played the demo for that. That game is not too bad. Metal Eden, I saw the trailer for that. Looks all right. Bandit Trap looks hilarious. Neon Abyss 2, awesome. The Last Caretaker, Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, Locomoto, Karma, The Dark World, Ones to Pay Montage, Frost Haven, fucking Christ, Standalone, Mecha Break. I played the fucking the beta for that. That game's actually not half bad. Fretless, The Wrath of Riffson, what the fuck it's called. Crown Gambit, Kingdom of the Distant Shores, Reanimal. That's from the same people that made Little Nightmares, right? I think it is, or something like that. I don't know, something like that. Jesus Christ, man. Let me hold on. Let me see. I'm almost done here. FBC Firebreak. That's Remedy's multiplayer Left 4 Dead style game. So that already piques my interest because my two friends fucking love those types of games. So that's probably definitely going to be one that we're going to be playing. Chronos: The New Dawn. That's what do you call it there? Is that Bloober's new game? I think it is. Yeah, Bloober Team. Yeah, okay, never mind. So I'm more likely I might play that because I do like Bloober games, man. Bloober is a fucking awesome fucking developer, man. And fuck y'all doubting that company, by the way. Let me go ahead and fucking rant about that for a second, dude. I've been supporting that company now since last generation, man. And you fucks didn't give a flying fuck. All of a sudden, they give you Silent Hill 2 remake that you all thought was going to be shit. But it actually turned out to be an incredible fucking remake, dude. Yo, that's one developer, man, that you never judge a book by its cover, dude. Or in this case, a game by its cover. Because now people are like, oh, I'm going back and I'm playing Blair Witch and I'm playing this and I'm playing that now by this team. Like, man, fuck off, dude. Painkiller was, yeah, okay, that's the last one right there. Okay, cool. Isn't it weird latency, dude, at the end of the day? By the way, I can see the chat now, by the way, guys. Sorry about that. Isn't it weird at the end of the day that fucking, like, so many gamers out there, man, just don't want to give fucking developers a chance, especially if they're new? Because a lot of the times, man, like if you're a new studio, man, like, and you're limited to your budget, you have to work within that in order to make sure that people are going to actually enjoy your game. And it's hard fucking managing that, dude. Bro, I forget what the name of the game is. I still have it because me and Sick fucking both bought it. But it was a game that me and Sick played a long time ago, man. It was developer's first game they've ever made. And it actually wasn't half bad. Like, sure, it was clunky, but it actually was way better than like whatever you want to call it. But the developers, when like the couple reviews came out, dude, man, like they were just trashing on this game, bro, to the point where like the devs didn't even want to fucking continue like fixing the game. Like they wanted to shut down and just call it quits. But me and Six sat there and were like, nah, man, like no, fuck that. I did a review. Sick did a review. The website put my review and Six review on their main page, man, for that review. Shit like that. That's what makes me happy about an indie developer, man. When an indie dev will actually do something in return because you supported that game. Like when I was granted, like when I was able to interview fucking AJ from fucking Delilah Studios that made that 2020 Battletoads game, dude, man. Bro, man, I was so fucking happy, man, to be able to interview that guy. Even though I know a lot of people didn't like that game. But a lot of people actually went back and revisited that game and like, oh, the game's actually not half bad. Yeah, you motherfucker. Oh, God, dude. But anyways, I digress. Fucking goddamn, dude. But, yo, if they ever come out with an update, though, that allows, like, multiplayer online support for that game, bro, man, I'm so back in. I'm so back in because I'll go through that game with both Troy and fucking Faye, dude. Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Playing Silent Hill 2 remake right now. It's mid. Yo, Raccoon, dude. There's people out there that, I mean, granted, it's just your opinion, but sometimes those opinions should stay, locked away in your brain for no one to actually see or read. Just throwing that out there. Nah, bro. Dude, listen, I don't give a shit about the Silent Hill franchise. I don't care for that franchise at all. But the fact that they were proven wrong, gamers were proven wrong, man. That studio that I was fucking touting on and ruling fucking, I mean, like a big fan of their shit, bro. Fuck y'all, man. Yo, but I shout out to Sick though, man. I give him a lot of respect too because when he played Blair Witch, he shat on that game so bad, called everything in the books. He went back months later and went and replayed it again. Then he finally got it. Here's the thing. The reason why I like that company a lot, dude, man, is because they know how to give me psychological horror. Not that fucking, you know what I mean? Like that jump scare bullshit you see, man. It's so tacked on in games nowadays. It's fucking garbage, man. I say that shit, but yeah, a game like Phasmo gets it right. But regardless of that, dude, man, see, here's the thing. When an indie studio is given the task to remake a beloved fucking game in a beloved franchise, dude, you know how big of a risk Konami had to take for that? But yet Bloober came out and fucking literally punched you in your fucking mouth holes, man. And said, fuck you guys. You guys didn't think we were to do it? No, I'm going to fuck you. PT was going to be next level? Yeah, I mean, to a degree, yeah. Oh, I also think fucking Phasmophobia was also fucking inspired on PT 100%. Because, like, dude, there's even a ghost model in that game that looks very, very, like, not like the exact same, but like, you can tell that it was inspired, like the way it looks, it was inspired on that fucking bitch from PT, man. I remember last year when people panicked thinking fucking... Oh, yeah. All of a sudden now, Bloober fucking gets offered to do another fucking goddamn game in a remake to a beloved fucking game in a beloved franchise. I wonder why. And again, I don't give a shit about Silent Hill. I'm just happy to see a studio that I actually enjoy and that I like from their own original stuff. Can you fucking literally sit there and fucking, oh man, make people fucking eat their own crow. It's great, man. That's the thing, man. Like, although betting on indie devs can definitely be a huge undertaking for sure. You know what I mean? Or like middle market or AAA or whatever the case may be. But like, now we're going into the quadruple A era now. I mean, we're already here, but all that extra A is, man, is that it just means live service. That's it. It's a live service game. It's going to have a fucking AAA budget behind it because of all the bullshit. That's all it's going to be. I mean, look at Concord. Whoops, sorry, Dooley. Even though that 400 was only ever a rumor thing and nothing came out of it, man. I severely doubt that game was not 400 fucking million, dude. Let's not smoke some crack here, all right? Just saying. If it was, yo, PlayStation, dude, man, you guys have been smoking some crack. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't, man. I'm almost 100% sure that it wasn't. I remember last year when people oh yeah, okay, I just read that. There's supposed to still be some sort of Bloober exclusive coming to Nintendo, if I remember right. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Because, I mean, Bloober, like, has already done it with Xbox, fucking with Blair Witch Project, you know what I mean? So, and that game was awesome. Yeah. Like a psychological horror game done right is supposed to make you think about the horror, man. And with like a sprinkled in, like you can do a couple jump scares here and there, but it's nothing over exaggerated. You know what I mean? It's just something that just makes you like, oh, what the fuck was that? But the story that their games tell, like their original stories that they tell, go play that one that has Ruckert Howard as the main character, man. It's like a cyborg fucking style, like Bluebird type game. That game is fucking awesome. Fuck Cyberpunk. Play that game instead. All right, let's check the news here. All right, let's see here. Dark Mass is an underwater horror game? Interesting. The First Berserker. Oh, yeah, okay, so let me talk about this for a second. So, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Emerus, man, for fucking giving me this topic to bring up anyways, because I just thought of this right now. So I was having a conversation with him earlier, right? And we were talking about, you know, the obvious elephant in the room as to what's killing the industry and Game Pass being part of that. Even though Game Pass is fucking far from doing that. And I'll get to that in a minute as to why it's not doing that. So he was like, you know, bringing up the aspect about how fucking like, oh, it literally had, you know, it brainwashed people into not buying games. And I'm like, but you guys were complaining about that before Game Pass was a thing. In fact, you guys said that's the reason why Game Pass exists, because they weren't buying their shit to begin with. Like, you can't have two negatives, man. Like, no, that's not how that works. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, dude, no. You can't blame a service for doing something that people that were already doing it before the service even existed. Like, that doesn't make any fucking logical sense when you think about it, dude. Then the other thing that never gets talked about, and the reason why people won't talk about this is because nobody pays attention to what goes in and out of the fucking service. There's no AAA exclusive fucking day one releases outside of Xbox and shit that comes to Game Pass. Every fucking title is, and the AAA stuff that does come into Game Pass is months to years later from third party. It's not the fact that third parties don't want to ever use a service like that. They're not going to put something on a service when their budget is not going to be covered, and Microsoft's not going to give them that full budget of fucking $300 million, dude, or $200 fucking million for their game, or $150 million for their game. But yet, when you do look at all the day one stuff that goes in there outside of fucking Xbox's own, you know, Xbox Game Studio stuff, what is it? Fucking ID at Xbox shit and indies. What is ID at Xbox? Indies. Like, oh my God, dude. Game Pass is perfect for indie developers. Because indies, if you go and you boot up your PS5 and you look at your fucking store every once in a while, indies barely even get noticed by anybody at all on a fucking storefront, dude. Barely get noticed. But yet a service that is cheap and affordable, and yet it's got a lot of eyes that can look at your game. Yeah, I can see why to some developers it's an attractive fucking scenario. Like, fuck, dude. I don't understand, right? Oh, and on the topic of Game Pass and what I said earlier about fucking Game Pass is part of the problem as to why the industry's gone to shit. No, you fucking motherfucker, it's not. Oh my God, dude. Because here's the thing. If it was going to shit, this is how Microsoft would have done it. They would have just released a fucking service and not allow you to buy the game physical or digital before the physical got fucking phased out. They wouldn't have done that. They would have cut you off from that ability and just made you pay for a fucking service. That would be worse. But they provided an option for people that don't have a lot of money or don't want to have to spend a lot of money to try out different types of games. Because again, going back to the reason why a lot of people on the PlayStation side or on the Switch side don't buy a lot of fucking games. Let me not say buy a lot of games, but won't look at certain games because it's too much of a risk when it comes to the payola. A common thing that we still argue about in this, bro. Please tell me you guys know what I'm talking about, dude. Game Pass alleviates that. Plus, on top of that, if an indie studio didn't like the service, then why the fuck would they even bother putting their game in the service to begin with? It's there as an option. You don't have to fucking use it, and you don't have to put your games in the service. Like, fuck, man. It's not rocket science, dude. What's killing the industry is toxic positivity, hostility towards the consumers, and activists fucking funding garbage fucking deliberately. Yo, facts, dude. And what major criticism or what major portion of all that does that come from? Fucking social media. That, my friend, is what's killing this fucking industry. But I don't think it's the industry that is killing itself, because the industry is going to shift. That's what the industry is currently doing right now. A lot of these developers, they're shifting. You know what I mean? We're going to start to see more of these AAA developers go back to making smaller titles outside from bigger titles. You know what I mean? Because now they have to keep it sustainable for themselves in order to be able to keep that company afloat for longevity purposes. Microsoft took more of an extreme measure, but it's going to fucking pay off for them in the long run. It already is starting, because their games be selling, boys, on the fucking PlayStation, dude, and on the Switch. Funny how nobody wants to acknowledge that yet. How come I didn't see anybody on the PlayStation side talking about Sea of Thieves being in the fucking top 20 charts month after month for several months, man, on the PS fucking 5, man, for like 3 months or some shit. Y'all didn't say a fucking peep about that. Why is that? I wonder why. But everybody swore up and down since 2018, since that game came out, man. That game is fucking dog shit. Nobody wants to play that game. And yet it sells exceptionally well on the fucking PS5. Wonder why Microsoft is putting their games over there too as well. So like, fine, Sony. You don't want to have us, you don't want Game Pass on your console? Fuck it. We'll put our games on your platform, but we're taking a bigger cut, which they're not. That would be hilarious, though, if they were, but they're not. I agree with that, because I've seen that myself from several people, but those are the same people that were using that same exact fucking thing, but wording it differently before Game Pass existed. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to wait for that game to drop down in fucking price before I buy it. You know what I mean? Honestly, dude, I love Indiana Jones. I dropped it when I got to the final area, dude. I was like, yeah, nope. I'm not a fan of that design. I think it's fucking pretty shit. But I heard the last chapter, the last act, is actually relatively short. So I might go back to it one day and fucking just finish it off. You know what I mean? But that game is actually good, though. Like, the first 2 areas, man, I had so much fucking fun playing that game, dude, man. That game is awesome. I'll take that style of gameplay over Uncharted any fucking day of the week, bro. And you could take him on my word on that, dude. Avowed, another game. I'm halfway through it. I'm at the halfway mark, dude, man, but I dropped it. I just not in the mood to fucking to finish an RPG right now, dude. Oh, and believe me, I'm definitely going back to Avowed, because if I could put a lot of time into fucking Shartfield, I could definitely fucking finish off the last 20 hours of fucking Avowed, dude. I'm not worried about that. All right, I'm finishing this smoke there, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm getting the fuck out of this bitch for the night. Yeah, man, it's fucking windy as fuck outside, dude. I can feel the cold air coming into my room. Normally, if it's just dry, fucking, if it's just like chilly outside, fuck, I won't feel shit. But it's actually not a bad coolness, though. It feels more like a fucking, like a nice, gentle breeze coming in my room. It's interesting. Dude, the third person aspect, dude, they'll probably end up updating that. Watch when the PS5 version comes out, dude, man. That's gonna be an added feature. Oh, we added a third person view mode. Watch, I'm calling that shit there, Stardust. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm out of here for the night. I want to thank y'all for popping in and chilling with your homie. I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, I'm out this bitch, man.